Hey everybody, it is late at night and I am Norman. Tonight we will be looking at a watch that is literally a Bauhaus watch. There are plenty of watches out there that were designed to embody the style and essence of the Bauhaus school, but this watch was designed by an actual student of the school, Max Bill. So let us begin. Max Bill designed an entire line of watches for Junghans. The year was 1961, and today these designs are pretty much unchanged. I encountered the Max Bill a few years ago, but I never really considered them, primarily because of the acrylic crystal. And then later I became picky about date windows, so that was another reason that I didn't really consider them. Every now and then I like to hit various watch brands, Junghans, Junkers, even Rosling & Co., and see what's new. A bit ago I decided to see how the Max Bill line was doing, and bam, there it was. Now surely it's always been there, but now that I'm into mid-century size and style watches, the Max Bill 34mm hand winder is perfect, and it can be retrofitted with a sapphire crystal. It is a special order watch, however, so you may be waiting as much as 6 weeks for it, and if you order the retrofitted sapphire, it may be another couple weeks to have that installed. However, my watch took just barely over a month, and it is here. So let's flip the camera around and take a look at this amazingly Bauhaus watch. So here is the box that the watch arrived in. And this is the model number 027/3702.04. This is a nice huge box here. We have Junghans on there. Slip this sleeve off. And here we have a nice grayish, like a warm gray, kind of faux leathery box there. Nice quality, really solid. And we see that they shipped the acrylic crystal that was removed, all nice and secured and in a case there. So if I ever decide to swap back to this, I can do that. And let's get the watch out here. And there it is. Look at that pillow. That's pretty cool. It has like a center strap there on it. Or I guess it kind of slips into here. That's pretty cool. All right, let's take the watch off of the pillow and take a close look at it. The buckle is polished, and we see some branding on there. I think I need to get it around this way. There we go. Junghans. It's a square buckle. We have a fixed keeper and a floating one. It's a matte leather strap. It's nice and thin. I like that. Considering how thin the watch is, that's a good thing. Genuine leather. And some more branding there. It feels really good. It's nice and comfortable. Nice and soft. Very cool. Looking at the lugs, we see that they are not drilled. They're fairly basic, but nice and retro looking, how they kind of get wider at the end there. I think, if I remember correctly, the Marlin lugs are kind of like that too. They are very, very short. They look pretty good on this watch. Moving on to the case back, we see that the entire thing is polished. And it's held on there by 4 screws. And we have some information in a ring around there. And so cool, right in the middle. Designed by, and we have Max Bill's signature. That is super cool. And look at the shape there. It's very smooth and kind of curves up. Very comfortable. As you can see, the watch is very thin. The sides are just a nice rounded shape there. Again, a lot like the Marlin reissue, except I think this one's a little bit more rounded. The Marlin is more of a bezel. It comes out and then right back in. This one kind of curves just a little bit. The crown on this watch is really small. And I have to be brutally honest, when you're winding it, it isn't a whole lot of fun. You can hear it kind of click back when I let go. It has kind of a lot of, it feels like tension this direction. So you wind it, when you let go, it kind of clicks a little. It feels a lot like winding my vintage Palliot, which that movement doesn't, that movement doesn't work very well. And so this is a little bit terrifying. But so far it's been running great. It's been keeping excellent time, so it may just be that I'm not used to this particular movement, or I'm spoiled by my other hand winders that are all buttery smooth and slowly start to build up tension there. They usually take about 40 turns to become fully wound up. This one maybe 20, if that. So it's been kind of weird to get used to this movement. But again, it's keeping excellent time. And yeah. So let's go ahead and see what it's like to set this watch. All right, we see that it hacks. It's fairly easy to get that crown out. Yeah, that's pretty smooth there. Nice solid click in and out. Very cool. And that crystal. That is amazing. What a stunner. Look at that. It completely covers the entire dial. And the distortions are just amazing. Being sapphire, the AR coating kind of gives it a blue hue here and there in certain lights that really gives it a unique look. I have other sapphire crystals, box crystals, semi-box crystal on the Baltic Aquascaph, but none of those do quite as much blue as this one does. You can't really see it on the camera though. But that crystal, that is just gorgeous. And on to the dial. That is so cool. I love the Max Bill style of having the numbers kind of inset there. more than usual. And what's crazy about this particular watch, each of the numbers is actually painted with lume. So in full light, they have kind of a ghostly pale color to them. And they really stand out. They're super easy to read. And look at that cool font on Junghans designs there. If I can get that to focus. The eye has a hook on it, kind of like it's a J. So cool. The hands are pencil hands and have lume in them. The second's hand is so long that it starts to kind of curve downward where it would have otherwise met the crystal. The font on the numbers, number indices is awesome. And then we have some chrome minute markers all around the edge of the dial. As you can see, the dial is pretty glossy, but it's still easy to read. Oh, that just looks awesome. As for the specifications on this watch, the case size is 34 millimeters. However, there are max bill models that you can get in 38 or 40. So if you like the max bill, don't fear that this one is 34. You can choose sizes that are more to your preference if you like larger watches. The height of the case is 9 millimeters. The lug to lug is 37 millimeters. The lug width is 18 millimeters. It is a hand winding movement, the J805.1. Alright, so let's put this watch on the wrist and see what it looks like. So here is the max bill on my 7-inch wrist. And that is amazing. I like how thin it is. I absolutely love that crystal. The dial. So when I bought this, I was hoping that it would be kind of like the Nomos Orion Anthracite, and the black dial Timex Marlin had a love child. And yep, that is exactly what this is like. It's really dressy, but it has the fun that the Timex Marlin has. It's not necessarily all business like the Nomos. I love it. That is so cool. Alright, let's see what the lume looks like. So here it is, all charged up. Look at how clear those numbers are. That is really cool. The hands are nice and bright. However, there really isn't a whole lot of lume here. I mean, these numbers are really thin. The hands are pretty thin. So I imagine that this won't last very long. But I think the major benefit of this lume, more than anything else, is what it does in daylight and how bright these indices are. Not bad at all, though. So there you have it. It doesn't get much more vintage, it doesn't get much more Bauhaus than the Max Bill Handwinder. Thanks for watching.